Hi, so welcome back to my channel. If you are clicking for the first time, my name is Salom. I'm a Ghanaian, but I'm a student in Russia, currently in Moscow. Today, I just want to share my experience being an international student in Moscow and talk about the sanctions, how it has affected me, how I feel about the whole thing. But I'm not going to do this alone. I have with me a gentleman and a lady. So yeah, let's get right into the video. Yeah, like I said, if you are clicking for the first time, don't forget to subscribe. All right, so Toski.
Alright, I'm Oluwashim. So Toski is my nickname.
Oh,
I came into Russia in November, ending of November.
November when? Which year?
That was November 28th last year, 2021.
Oh, okay, okay.
So this whole crisis started, I think, around February. So everything was good, everything was going fine until this whole. I wasn't even expecting this whole thing to blow up like this. So it did, and we are still fine somehow, but not like how it used to be.
Okay.
There are some things we can no
But
longer
wait,
do.
what brought you into Russia?
I came to study.
Study.
Mm-hmm.
Are you paying fees?
No, I'm on scholarship.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a scholarship. That's why I came.
From the Nigerian government?
Mm-hmm. Russian government.
Oh, okay.
And they pay us stipends every month.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah. So when I came in, everywhere was so nice. The only thing I had issues with was the cold. It was really cold because we came in at a serious point of winter. So, but aside that, everything has been very, very nice. Currently, it's early days of spring, so everything is fine.
Okay.
So, but when this whole thing started, well, we were not really feeling it at the earlier stage, but right now, I'm feeling it because there are some things I do online that I can no longer do. Even this morning, I was unable to access Twitter web format, but I can still use the app.
Okay.
So YouTube, they block you from some channels. I do freelancing too on Upwork and Fiverr, but I stopped. So
Wow.
so long you are in Russia, you can have access to those platforms. And also some other platforms too. So basically, that has been my issue. And for transactions also, there are some platforms you can no longer use. I think they cut us off from Payoneer and PayPal just recently.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's huge.
Yeah. So basically, that has been.
Okay, so let me move to okay. Uzo. Yeah, can you please introduce yourself? You're
Okay,
looking so beautiful.
Thank you so much. You're making me blush right now. Actually, my name is Uzo. My full name is Uzo Chuku, but you can call me Uzo. I came here through scholarship, of course. So I came in, was it December 8th? Yeah, December 8th, that was when I came into Russia. And before then, we had already started, of course, lectures and all of that online, which wasn't kind of okay because you have to spend a lot for data. You know how Nigeria is. And when I got in 8th of December, I mean, from the airport, I felt the cold. The first challenge I had was the communication gap, of course, because I wasn't fluent in Russian. So I had someone, a friend, that helped me with that until I got into the dorm. It was quite challenging dealing with the winter because, of course, I've not had such experiences. So it was a challenge to me, but as Africans, we always have a way to overcome things, of course. So, and that was it. Then before the crisis started, everything was okay. Everywhere was calm, good, sweet. We enjoyed every bit of Moscow. And in fact, immediately I got here, for me, I got a job. But when the crisis started, it's kind of everyone panicked. So everyone freaked out and was like, oh no, what's gonna happen and all of that. So I didn't really feel it, and most of my friends as well, like, didn't really feel it at first, like the heat. And it was at some point we started feeling it, and that was when the sanctions started, and a lot of things were cut off. And most of this has to do with your social media, which will limit your social media presence. And secondly was your some courses, some online, some research sites were cut off, and which literally affected me because I needed to do something online at that moment when this whole thing started. I needed to take more courses as regards to what I'm doing, which is actually going to be beneficial to me. So, and when Coursera was cut off, I couldn't do that. Like, you can't make payments, you can't take courses and all of that. And some research sites as well, even if you want to research, it's actually going to be a challenge because I mean those sites are very important in your research. So, which literally as a student, you're already affected. So, and that was the only thing I felt about the economy, like the prices of things and all of that. I didn't really feel it. Like, everything was normal. I was like, how is this, how are they really managing the whole situation? Because I know once something like this or a different crisis happens in Nigeria or Africa as a whole, immediately the prices of things like skyrocket and all that. But everything was calm. Everything like was almost normal. But the only thing that made me panic was the period a lot of people were panicking that things in the shelves in supermarkets are finished. The way people rush to buy products, the way people rush to like stock up, and I was like, what is really going on? Is there something that I don't know that is happening in Russia?
Every night, like, I was always thinking something might happen, they might retaliate and then just come up and then bump all of us. So that was my fear. And then I was receiving calls from Ghana, and then they were like, aren't you gonna come back home? This whole thing, are you not afraid? What if they kill you and all? Like, and I'm like, how do you even expect me to leave Russia and come back to Ghana when I don't even have money? You are not even asking when I have money for flight or anything. You are just asking me to come back. But yeah, like, it was very frightening. And up till now, I've not recovered from this whole thing. And I just hope that this whole crisis will cease.
Of course.
Yeah, it's sad that people elsewhere cannot stay in their home because of this whole thing. In Russia, we are here and we are feeling the heat. Yeah, the heat. People are dying elsewhere, and then we are also struggling with, let's say, finance wise. Finance wise, we are struggling to make it. Visa isn't working. You can't do any international transactions from here. So yeah, and then Visa and MasterCard. And as an international student, I came with my Visa card and another MasterCard, and then I had some savings in my Ghana bank so that I could use it for anything, like in case I need money for anything. Although I receive a little stipend from the government here in Russia, but it's not enough. So I use that to pay my dormitory fee, and it's like just a peanut for maybe some eggs. Yeah, but I need money for other things like expenses. But the challenge is you can't receive money from home. How are you guys managing this?
The only thing I do is there's this Nigerian guy that does money transactions for us. You send money to him in rubles, then he help you send in naira. So Nigeria. So I don't know how he does it, but he has been doing it. So that's the only channel we use. And Survivor, sometimes I do some kind of digital design for Russians here. So I send to them, then they send me money. So that's how I've been coping since this whole thing started.
Okay, so how about your businesses you used to do online, like back in Nigeria when you came here? Were you still doing those businesses?
Yeah, I was doing them at the earlier stage. That was why I said they blocked PayPal and
Okay.
Pioneer, so I could no longer do those things. Basically, what I do most is freelancing.
Okay.
So, and because of that, I've been, considering the fact that okay, when I leave this place, I wouldn't want to go to another country where there is a similar situation, especially countries where they have crisis going on, because international sanctions are always, affecting people. So I was thinking, okay, if I'm in a country where things are not like this wouldn't have been the case. But at the same time, we just have to, be grateful for what we've got.
Yeah.
At least I feel so. Most of the time, I feel for people in Ukraine, because it's not always easy. When places you've known all your life, just wake up in a day and you don't have access to
Somewhere you call home.
Exactly. It's not easy. So we just hope that this whole thing, ends soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
I actually take care of myself for myself, so I'm not expecting money from home or anything.
Okay.
So I do little stuff or work to make ends meet, and that is how I survive. It's saddening, given the fact that you just got in and everything ensued. Like, it's traumatic as at the same time. Initially, at first, I wasn't feeling it, but when it became intense, I was like, no, this is getting out of hand, because we understand a situation like this. So everyone was literally panicking. Oh my God, is it a third world war and all of that? So everyone was freaking out. And my mom, my family, they kept calling and like, are you okay? Are you this? Are you that? But obviously nothing was happening in Moscow, so it's literally Ukraine that they're feeling the heat, which is very saddening that most of them had to migrate to somewhere safer, because their own home is no longer safe anymore. So it's actually really sad that this whole thing turned out the way it is. So that's the least that I can say about the whole situation.
So when it all started, did you have did you think of returning home?
Absolutely not.
Why not?
I never thought about going home, but I was sourcing for other platforms and means of living.
Living to where?
Living to another country, of course. So I started making some research about moving to Finland, about closest countries, and all of that. But traveling back to Nigeria, no way.
Why no? Why don't you want to?
Is going back to Nigeria?
Yeah.
Obviously, everything is wrong about it. Everything is wrong about it, because remembering my experiences before I came here, before I got here, after my graduation, it's literally difficult to find something you can engage yourself with, given the current situation of the the current situation of the economy and everything, which actually doesn't really favor most especially the youth. Literally everyone, but the youths feel it more, especially those that just got out from school. In fact, generally life after school in Nigeria is a tough one. You have to make tough decisions and all of that. It's not easy that you graduate and boom, you just get a job and all of that. So it's actually tough. That was my experience, of course, though I had to go for my master's.
I didn't think of going on.
Why?
I thought of going to another country. But one funny thing happened when it was a week or two into the crisis. There was a message I got from someone. The person was like, do I have access to how he can enter into Ukraine from Nigeria? I was like, what do you want to go and do? There's a war going on, people are dying. And he said, Warzone is better than trenches.
Sorry.
Said he's in trenches in Nigeria, so he would prefer to go to since they said even as the war is going on, there's still electricity. You can imagine that kind of scenario. So he said it it is better for him to be in that kind of a place than in Nigeria where war is not going on, but there is no light, there is no job, and all of that. So I thought of it that, okay, if I'm to go back home now, I will return to what I ran away from. So that is not an option. In fact, I was so desperate to the point that I said, okay, if there is no flight out of Russia because of these old sanctions, I would rather trek into another country, a nearby country, down, take a flight back to Abuja or Lagos. No, that is not going to happen. So I checked the map. I noticed that, okay, from here to St. Petersburg by foot, I think it's like 10 or 9 days. So I was saying, okay, if this whole crisis happens and it enters Russia and there is no flight, we'll start trekking now. So by the time we get to St. Petersburg to Finland is 16 hours. But I realized that there's a part where everywhere is water. So there's another route that's like 4 hours trek. So we'll pass through that place.
So are you trying to tell me? Are you guys trying to tell me being in Russia, like in the war zone, is rather better than going back to your peaceful home in Nigeria? Is that what you guys are trying to say?
Absolutely. Because at some point, peace will not be, at this point in my life, experiencing total peace is not really the ultimate, so to speak. Having a place where I can have access to better life, at least make more money, and
being in a war zone isn't better life.
It's better. It's better if you look at the fact that, okay, I will argue that it's better because the war is not well pronounced in Russia, number one. Number two, I still have free access to most of the things I would have spent money on.
Like internet,
electricity, water, I would have been spending, because in Nigeria, sometimes in a month I spend like 10,000 naira, 9,000 naira on internet.
Yeah.
And ever since I got here, I don't think I've spent up to 500 rubles.
I haven't spent anything like
Some
that. So it's zero.
Exactly. So those kind of situations. And in Nigeria, when you get a job as a graduate, you barely get jobs of 50k per month, 50,000 naira. So when you have a job of 50,000 naira, you are spending 10,000 naira on data because you need to be online, just because of the job too. So I think it is better here. So
for me, if you ask me right now, Ghana, here I come. Yeah, I always love to be home. Yeah, there's no place like home. I would rather go home.
Definitely.
I seriously, this whole thing has affected me psychologically and all. Up till now, there are new sites that I do not even want to open. When it all started, I kept going online, check, has Russia left Ukraine? Has Russia left Ukraine? I was just hoping that one day I'll wake up and Putin will be like, oh, okay, I've given up on you people. Yeah, so let's just say yes to peace. But up till now, how many months or weeks has it been so far?
It
started in February.
February, it's escalated in February, so it's literally like 2 months.
Okay.
I think I checked some reports recently, that was yesterday. They were saying they are working towards peace. Although I read the news where Putin was saying the Ukrainian delegates are changing their position, so it has made the negotiations difficult.
Okay.
But hopefully.
What do you hope for?
Hope for peace.
If you were at the Ukraine border,
Well,
and then all this people pushing you, you can't sit in the same train with us. How would you have dealt with that?
I felt so bad, but then it is what it is, because even back home we see some things among tribes that it does not.
They put themselves first,
Exactly.
every other person.
In any place, people put themselves. So I wouldn't blame them.
Like me, I always put myself as when it comes to Ghana and Nigeria jollof.
Of course.
I choose Ghana jollof. After your jollof is
but you
not
know
good.
Nigerian jollof
No,
is better.
Nigeria
Of
jollof
course, we
is
don't even
bomb.
have to argue about
You
it
know that
because
deep down.
I literally had a taste of the Ghana jollof that has been all over the internet. And,
Who gave you the Ghana jollof?
Of course, I don't see any difference between Ghana jollof and Nigerian jollof. Actually, it tastes like Nigerian party jollof. Okay, about the racism that happened in Ukraine, I mean, it's quite saddening that something like that happened, you know. Most especially in Ukraine, I didn't realize that such thing existed in Ukraine up until that very day. I had friends too in Ukraine, and they told me about the whole situation. And one actually said that they passed a message across that Africans and some other foreigners should go through a different route. Why Ukrainians go through? I don't know. They were like it's for their safety or something like that. But I don't quite know if it was like for real. If something happened, if something like that actually happened, as if they circulated such later or something like that to foreign students. But given the fact of what we saw in the news, it's really like. It's really saddening that something like that could happen, even at the face of death when everyone was literally struggling to live and survive and all of that. I don't think such things should happen. There should be some sort of empathy amongst everyone, regardless of where you're from, regardless of your tribe, regardless of your color or anything. But I mean, that was it for me. Like I was like, it doesn't make sense that something like that could happen. You get?
Yeah.
That was why Thomas Hobbes said something like that. That naturally man is selfish and brutish. So that makes man would always put himself first. A community, a group, a tribe would always put themselves first. So that makes it like that actually tells about what happened that very day. Like they decided to put themselves first before any other person. So that is it.
Did that change your
mentality?
Yeah,
obviously,
about the whole Ukraine, where your sympathy
Ukraine?
towards
It doesn't still change the fact that I don't like what is happening in Ukraine because I mean, owing to the fact that the whole crisis have caused a lot of deaths, destruction. Of course, this is what you get during crisis. I still feel very terrible about the situation of things because it's not just affecting Ukrainians, it's affecting everyone, both Russia, both Europe, the whole of
everywhere,
every part of the
Ghana.
world. Yeah,
Even my president in Ghana said Russia sanctions are affecting them. Yes, a lot, and they blame everything on Russia.
The same thing with the Nigerian government. So literally the whole crisis is affecting everybody. So you don't literally focus on Ukraine alone. So that is it.
Well, what do you wish to tell Putin?
Of course, I have nothing to say to him, but the most important thing is to find a way to bring about peace. Through negotiation, diplomacy, anything that it is that can be done, mediation or anything. So for me, I feel like this whole thing should be resolved as soon as possible because the more it lingers, the more it keeps escalating. So, and for us to get a peaceful environment, there should be means for de-escalating what has already escalated. So that is how I feel about it.
There were rumors that Russian degrees are no longer going to be accepted by Western countries like Europe and all those things because so once you are in Russia and then your degree is from Russian university, they are not going to accept your diploma.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous because it's even if you want to punish Russia for these crises or anything, you should know that there are foreign students here in Russia, a lot of students from Europe, Africa, we all come here to study. So if you tell us our diploma is invalid just because a government somewhere or the government of Russia is doing something that you do not like, then it's very unfair. That was how I felt about it. So I told people it can never be true. But how did you feel like when you heard that? Did you actually hear?
I heard about it. I didn't feel anything.
You didn't feel anything. How?
No.
You were not scared?
No. The reason is because, according to what I had planned, my plan was that even if I enter into another country today, I'll still run another program. So, if they ban the program I got for me, the certificate I got from Russia,
You wasted your 2 years of master's degree.
it doesn't matter. I didn't waste it.
Yeah, I felt like
I'll still,
even if
the
you tell me you don't need my knowledge, it's the knowledge that.
In as much as it's
But
not going to be
to-
accepted, but at least it to be acknowledged that you actually studied this.
You have the skills.
Yeah, you have skills and all of that.
you have the
Especially when it
knowledge.
has to do with a practical course. I don't really think the certificate actually matters. What matters is what you're able to give.
But then people who actually
Have-
don't
yeah,
have
yeah.
any means of maybe being entrepreneurs or anything,
Yeah,
they will
yeah.
want to depend on employers,
Yeah,
and then the
of
employer
course.
says, in
Yeah.
fact, you don't have a master's degree or maybe
But-
bachelor's, and your diploma is not accepted, so you can't work with us or anything.
Well, actually, I think one thing we don't know if the same thing applies to international students. Because according to the news, Russian certificates are banned. We don't know if it's for the citizens. We don't know if it's for foreigners or something like that. It wasn't specified.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I don't think it's I think it's fake news.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
fake. But
it says
even if it's not like a fake news, I think that was extreme. The sanction was extreme. In fact,
that
when-
isn't even a
yeah,
sanction.
yeah,
Even
that, yeah, it
Coursera
doesn't make
banning,
sense.
like they are like restricting Russian students or Russian universities from accessing their
Yeah.
platform was
And some
very
sites for
like I see it to
all
be
this,
an extreme.
I think we are currently in a generation where emotion dictates
Yeah.
most of our reactions to situations.
yeah.
Because number one, this whole thing that is going on is not the fault of any particular Russian. If we are being
Exactly.
sincere, it is the fault of the government, let's say. And I don't know what has been going on before today, so I really cannot say much about all these things. So I want to believe there should be a way that they can, resolve this. And this is not going to continue forever. We all know it will stop eventually. So if you are, boycotting everything Russian, if you are cancelling every Russian citizen or everybody in Russia just because of what is going on, so by the time everything ends today, and maybe the sanctions are revoked from those international bodies. So now, all these organizations that have cancelled Russians out of their platform, what are they going to do?
I don't know whether they are going to come back.
Yeah.
Do you miss any brand? Those brands that left Russia, do you miss any of them?
Of course, I don't feel it that much in this particular aspect because those brands, I don't really like having it for them, like currently, so I don't really feel it. But the whole situation of companies leaving literally doesn't make sense to me because this is not the first time things like this happen. And the sanction was extreme because currently Russia is one of the most sanctioned countries in the world. And I feel this has nothing to do with the invasion. I feel there is more that we don't know yet, that happened or that is happening. So that is it. That is all I have to say about this.
Okay.
So we don't have to move further about the crisis, who is at fault, who is not at fault.
Yeah, we can't fault anyone because for me, I really don't understand what is happening, so I can't say Russia is at fault. All that I am not happy about is people dying. I don't care whether the person is a civilian or a military person or anything. We are all humans, and I don't see we can't justify this thing that someone is dying and it's fair for the person to die. People are sanctioned, and then it it's fair that Russians are killed, it's fair that their economy is being crippled or anything. I really don't, yeah, I'm not happy about all these things. Yeah, I came to Russia to have a lot of fun. I didn't actually come because of the school, because I was almost done with school. Yeah, I did all my coursework online, so I came just to have fun. And I started having fun, and all of a sudden, the whole thing
stopped.
so yeah, currently we are all, a lot of people are depressed. Yeah, they are. I know Russian friends who are not happy about what is happening. They feel like the world is against them, and yeah.
When it started, sometimes when you hear sounds or you hear
I'm aeroplane fast.
my friend would say, "Did you hear that sound?"
Yeah, you hear this, how do you call it? Knockout? And yeah, you hear them like bomb. Oh my god.
For me, I didn't really take it that serious.
I did.
I know what is going to like happen if Russia is hit. Yeah. And I didn't see that like happening anytime soon. Yeah. So I wasn't really scared about the situation at that moment because I kept following the news, I kept following everything, and for me, I didn't see it as okay, this is what is going to happen or something like that is going to happen. So I was okay. I wasn't really so like scared or freaking out about the whole situation.
Okay.
So I was still a little bit calm. Aside the pressure I was getting from home, it was literally the pressure I was getting from home that was getting me to go. But regardless, I was okay. Like I was okay.
I know some students who, African students who had admission and they were supposed to come here in September, but because of the situation, they are afraid to come. What do you have to tell them?
Of course, it's their decision to make. Like you can literally force them to come. Most of them, some that I know actually have other options. So, but currently, nothing is happening here. Like I always tell people, everyone is still calm. It's just literally only in Ukraine that the heat is on, something like that. So, but for Moscow and every other part of Russia, everything is okay. You know.
Yeah, so me too, I'll just tell them, I've been telling people, if education you want, currently, at the moment, Russia is safe. Yeah, that's what I can say. It's safe here at the moment. Yeah, at least for now, it is safe. So if you are planning to come, I don't think you should hesitate. But yeah, it's your call. Yeah, Toski.
I'll say the same thing. What you said for now, I think it will continue to be safe.
Okay.
And I'm sure that before September is still the time for resumption. Before September, everything will be over.
Yeah,
Do you think so?
Yeah, it should be resolved by then.
We are still in April.
Because they are still in the negotiation process. So
It's taking like forever.
Yeah, it's true.
I
That's
thought
the
that very
way
week
but
negotiation was
But
going
of
on.
course, obviously, they will definitely resolve to something.
They will resolve it.
Okay, any final words?
Russia is safe. Russia is still cool and calm and fun if you want to have fun, regardless of the whole situation. It's still a place that you can achieve all that you want to achieve. Of course, their standard of education is very okay and good.
Please,
So-
it's stressful.
Yeah, it's
It's demanding.
Very tough.
you actually be drilled a lot, but at the same time, they are good,
Yeah.
when it comes to
Hard training.
yeah, it's a hard training actually. So, but at the end of the day, you have something to take back home.
Exactly.
So that is it.
Okay, that's good.
Well, just like she said, everything is okay. Education is fine. Challenging. Most of the time it's very tasking, but we just have to take it like that. We are used to all these kind of things, so it's not. Contrary to what we used to see on the news before we came to Russia. Russia is not a problematic place.
Yeah.
I've not experienced racism like the way they used to say it on the news.
That's true.
The people are friendly, they play with you,
Of course.
you know, they do a lot of things. So everything is okay. Anybody that wants to come, they're free to
Feel
come.
free. Yeah, so guys, thank you so much for watching. Yeah, it's all been about experience sharing, and whatever we've said in this video is solely our experience. And it's not like we are not downplaying whatever is happening between Ukraine and Russia. We sympathize with the victims, and please sympathize with us too. We are also feeling it. So yeah, all that we pray and hope for is peace should prevail. Yeah, so thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a comment and don't forget to subscribe.